Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Jett Hyper Burning series. In today's episode, we're doing a lot of training, we do some upgrading, and we also do our weekly bosses. So this is going to be kind of fun to compare how the bosses are now compared to how they are when we hit 250 and we get all of our actual damage here. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It does help out a ton. Anyways, let's get right into the video. So Jett actually feels very, I don't want to say weird, but I want to say different in terms of training. I've never trained a class that feels like this. It feels uncontrollable, but controllable at the same time. Like, I had a hard time getting a rotation down. I feel like I was flying around the map. Like, the flash jump is a lot more intense than a usual regular explorer class flash jump. It really does feel uncontrollable. If anyone was feeling like this, let me know as well. Maybe I'm just crazy, but Jett mobbing is actually pretty decent, especially when you place your bug summon and you put Urta Nova somewhere in the map. You can pretty much clear any map nowadays. Planet Buster actually has a really big hitbox as well, so it makes training pretty easy. And I also want to shout out Queen for helping Totem this entire time. It helped out so much. We were able to fly through these levels because of her, so shout out to you. But yeah, I mean, training is pretty straightforward. A lot of this was off Totem as well, so it's not just gonna be on Totem the entire time. For people who are wondering, like, yo, where do I train at this level? The maps are all pretty similar, and I'll show you guys my rotations for some of these maps. I was pulling like the max kill rate for all of the super meta maps like SDH2, LH6, and I was actually getting a ton of EXP off Totem. I think I was getting around like 40 to 50% per WAP, even at the later levels, like at 240, 247. The EXP is pretty crazy, and if you guys are not using Urta Summon, I highly recommend using it, upgrading it, and utilizing it while you're training. A couple tips that I have while training your Jett: make sure you're using suborbital strike. This actually helps a lot and helps full clear. At some points you can literally just AFK in the map, not move, and this skill will take out the entire map. It also has a really high uptime of 98 seconds and a cooldown of 180 seconds. I would also consider using Gravity Crush for your mobbing. This is a 10-second summon as well. It does have a cooldown of 120 seconds, unfortunately, but it does help mobbing a lot, especially when you're rotating, when you're trying to loot or anything like that. This does help clear the map, and in some maps it actually does triple plat. Loaded Dice is actually a skill that was previously bugged, but now they just recently fixed it, which is huge for anyone who is burning a class that uses the skill. This skill allows you to gain an extra 30% EXP while training on top of all your other EXP buffs. I wouldn't say it's broken, but I would say it's definitely OP. If you guys were curious how to use this skill, you click the Loaded Dice skill. It'll come up with numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6. You click 6 on your keyboard, and then you use the skill Roll of the Dice, and it has 100% uptime. Really useful. Make sure you are using this skill when you're training. It's really important, and it's going to make your training 30% faster. But yeah, as far as training, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You guys get the gist. It's just, you know, the same rotation of attacking back and forth, placing down your summon, looting, and if you are fortunate enough to get a vac pet, that helps out a ton. And one quick tip again, if you guys do have a vac pet on your main and your main happens to be an explorer, Jett does share the cash app with your main. Double check before you start your hyper burning and see if your hyper burn does share the cash app as your main that has a vac pet. If you do have a vac pet, I just want to say that real quick because some people might not know that you can transfer things between cash app inventories. I know it's a weird concept of being able to transfer things that you bought in game to other characters. You know, you should just be able to transfer to any character you want. Anyways, moving on to the bossing on Jett. I know I kind of skipped through the training, but you guys know, like, it's pretty straightforward. There's really nothing else to say about it other than the training on Jett is pretty decent when you get used to it. It's hard to get used to, but when you get used to it, it is really easy, and it does become easy to control. I know I said this earlier, but it did feel clunky, but I got the hang of it eventually, and the rotations were really smooth. The bossing on Jett is, I'm gonna save the whole bossing review for a bossing meal video, but as for Jett bossing, it is all right. I'm not 100% sure yet because we don't have everything in this episode. We don't have the equips, we don't have all the node slots unlocked. You know, we're level 230, so hopefully when we're level 250 this class gets a little bit better, but as for now, it's kind of I don't know how I feel about it. I'm definitely on the fence, but that's gonna wrap it up for episode 2 of this hyper burning series. I am really enjoying Jett so far, and I hope you guys are enjoying your hyper burns as well. If you guys are, let me know down in the comment sections below. If you guys are hyper burning Jett, also let me know down in the comment sections below. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It is completely free. I would appreciate it a ton. And anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.